Hey English 112, Miss Brewer here for your week 5 video lecture. So you guys should have submitted your rough draft of your literature review on Sunday, and it's my intention to give you your feedback on your literature review on Monday. So you should have time to revise it to get it turned in by Thursday. Shouldn't be any issue. There's not many of you. I'll be in the office on Monday, so my intention is to go ahead and give you feedback that day. You should have chosen your social justice organization that you're going to present on. That should have been turned in Sunday night. And for this week, you guys are going to participate in a discussion forum. It's a final discussion forum, and you guys are going to revise your literature review to turn in by Sunday, and you need to complete your social justice PowerPoint, which is your final project for the course. So for part 1, you're going to start the discussion forum, and you'll watch The Dangers of a Single Story, which is a TED Talk by my favorite author, Chimamanda Adichie. And it kicks off our project on social justice. Participating in the discussion forum, use your last name to determine which question you will answer in depth. So if you're A through G, you're going to do question 1, H through M, question 2, N through R, question 3, S through Z, question 4. Okay, make sure you indicate which question number it is in your thread, and make sure that you do meet the word requirement for your initial. Your 2 peer replies won't be due until Sunday. Make sure that you are providing in-depth replies. And then you have lectures here on basic business writing information. You'll see a couple of questions on this on your final exam, so you want to go through these lessons. We are going to utilize this type of English, plain English, very simple vocabulary, being very concise, very clear for our final project, for our final presentation, okay? You'll need to know about memos and letters and emails for your final exam. You will need to know ABC format, meaning this is how you kind of structure the way that you write, the style of writing for business. So you'll need to know that ABC format is the abstract, so essentially kind of overviewing what the purpose is for that piece of writing, the body, which is kind of like a discussion if you think about the literature review, but that's where you go through everything. It might be more than one paragraph, and then the conclusion where you wrap everything up, okay? So that's ABC format. It's a style of writing for business, not documentation or research, okay? So you'll use that really concise, short, very small vocabulary. You won't even use paragraphs in your PowerPoint, okay? So it's very concise and to the point. It can be bulleted for the business style in your presentation. I'm going back over to week 5. So I went through the business writing, the research strategies. This just talks about how you find a decent source. You really don't have to worry about that too much for this assignment. And then your literature review final draft is due on Thursday, July 23rd. So make sure you get it in by Thursday, July 23rd. If you do not get it in by Thursday, you can turn it in by 11:55 on July 24th, and you will receive a 15-point penalty. So please, trust me when I say don't do that, okay? So your literature review, I'm going to give you your feedback, and your feedback will be by the end of the day on Monday. So you should be good to go in regard to revising that quickly and having the time to do so, okay? So make sure that is turned in on time so that you can then move on to that PowerPoint. So I'm scrolling down to part 2. So you have your business writing PowerPoint assignment details. you guys are going to be essentially pulling everything together from the course. So you're going to create a presentation that teaches us about a social justice organization. So you choose a social justice organization that relates to the social issue that you researched for your literature review, okay? So, and then that literature review social issue you should be able to find from the poetry that we read, okay? Because that sparked you in finding the social issue. So you're going to essentially give us some background and some research on the issue, and that information will come from the literature review. You've already done the research. You're just pulling some snippets out to teach us in the presentation. You'll do that. You'll also locate the website and research the organization and teach us about what organization you chose. So if I chose, let's say, the National Organization for Women, then what I would be presenting on is that organization, what is their mission, how do they work toward gender equality, and that type of thing, okay? And then I would tie it back to where I found the inspiration for that social issue in the literature, okay? So a poem, perhaps a poem about my rights, and I would pull some snippets from that and say, you know, the issue of gender equality is addressed in this poem, and give some examples, okay? So your slideshow is going to be researched, okay? So you are required to cite the website for your social justice organization. You are required to cite the poetry, and you are required to cite the research, so the articles from your literature review. You only need to cite in text in your PowerPoint if you are using a direct quote or particular statistics, okay? Otherwise, you just provide the information. So that's the PowerPoint assignment. And then if I go into, you'll have a rubric that you can review to make sure you know how I'm grading it. All right, so you'll upload your social justice PowerPoint, make sure that you have revised it, basic grammar mistakes and things like that are make for a sloppy presentation. So you'll upload that by Sunday, and then make sure you complete your final course reflection. This journal is worth more than other journals, so make sure you take the word count requirement seriously. You're genuinely reflecting on your experience in the course, so make sure you take your time with that. And then you guys have your final exam. So your final exam is going to open on the 20th, and it will close on the 27th at 11:55 p.m. Your final exam will be multiple choice and one essay, a short essay, okay? And it takes about an hour, but I give an hour and a half in case anyone needs extended time. After you complete your final exam, there is a final course survey. Make sure if you choose to do it, because it is optional, that you answer every question in detail. And then for question 8, you can choose any assignment from the whole course for me to add 5 points. You have to indicate which assignment. Don't say whichever one is best, because I'm not going to look through everyone's assignments to determine where I'm putting 5 points. You look through your assignments and you tell me where to add those points, and I will do so. That's if you choose to do the final course survey. So it's not required, it is encouraged, and I do give extra credit for that. As always, if you guys have any questions, you can contact me via email or jump into a virtual office hour and I can help you out. I hope you guys enjoyed this class. I know it was super fast-paced and kind of crazy, but if you made it through, then congratulations, because you knocked out a lot of work in a short period of time, and you should be proud of yourselves. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your summer and a great fall semester.